My name is Frank Weltner. I'm here to give you some of my impressions about politics as they've been happening in America since the election of Obama. People in America are not very happy about what's going on. You can tell this by simply listening on the street to what people are saying, listening to the radio, listening to television, listening to what commentators and common citizens have to say. Obviously, in a situation in which the United States of America has been betrayed by its banking system and its capitalists so that the country is facing extreme difficulty makes things very bad for everyone. And it's not something in which people would take a lot of pride or happiness anyway. Now, Mr. Obama was elected during a time of chaos, a time in which the United States of America was experiencing what some have referred to as the largest depression since the Great Depression of 1933. The banking system had collapsed, and the banks were demanding money from the United States of America to make sure that they did not collapse further. There was a lot of possible shenanigans taking place. Mr. Paulson was less than candid. He had worked for Goldman Sachs and other uh, persons with which he was attached. He made decisions that were good for his company but bad for his competitors. It was as though a dictator decided to shut down parts of the government that wouldn't agree with whatever it was that he was trying to do. And it was unfair, and it allowed him to get rid of Goldman Sachs' largest competitors. Now, you have to ask yourself if this was ethical, and I don't think that very many people would claim that it was. In fact, the whole period has been left kind of up in the air, hardly investigated, and it's really reached the point of the absurd when Mr. Bernanke of the Treasury said that they were not going to release where the money had gone. But it was none of the business of the people of the United States of America. The $23 billion was suddenly missing. Well, this is something that I was not happy with, and I'm pretty sure that you weren't happy with it either. We have been fleeced by these banking criminals in our country who decided that they are more powerful than our government. And it's true, they are more powerful than our government. And so we have to ask ourselves, what in the world are we going to do about that? And I'm not really sure. We have tried to claim that we're strong citizens here in this country and that we have a right to be heard. But when we called by the thousands to tell our congressmen not to vote for the expenditure of the trillions of dollars to these, well, basically criminal subtypes that have destroyed our economy through their shenanigans, we were told that, well, it was really none of our business. And after they had voted for what we wanted, they went back again within a few days and voted against what we wanted, which was the Congress telling us that we have no representation whatsoever and that we shouldn't look to the Congress for representation, that all of the representation in the Congress belongs to the banking system, not to regular Americans. During this period of time, I myself was attacked by Homeland Security of the United States of America because of my websites, in which they felt opinions were being expressed that weren't for the banks. And they didn't like that because the people who were running Homeland Security, such as Michael Chertoff, and the Department of Justice, such as Michael Mukasey, were related to the bankers of America. They floated in the same circles. They were from the same group of people, the same religion. And they wanted myself, Frank Weltner, shut down. They felt that it was evidently a threat to national security for me to have a website by the name of Jew Watch News, which I'd had for 10 years, and they did everything they could to get me to give it up. Well, I didn't give it up. It continues to operate. I sold it, so they couldn't command me to give it to them. And so that's where it stands even today. We live as I learned, in a kind of Soviet Union here in America, where persons who were the same group that ran the Soviet Union, which were the bankers of New York, run now the United States of America and have done so for many, many years. But it's sometimes only during these crises, such as the crisis that we have now, that we're really able to see what's going on. Oh, and we can see it, can't we? We all know what's going on, and we really don't like it very much.